Are you listening? Damn.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Peak Podcast, a source of information, tools, tips, skills, lessons, stories, and mindset to help you reach your peak and beyond in fitness, relationships, your career, and so much more. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the podcast, episode 60 of the Peak Podcast. My name is Marco Augusto. I'm back with you again. And today I wanted to talk about training for the real world. This is not about functional fitness. No, this is about training while living a normal life in modern society, okay? And the idea behind it is how often should you train, right? And it's not how often should you train if you want to go to the CrossFit Games, right? It's not how often should you train if you want to go to the Olympics. It is how often should you train, but in the context of a normal schedule, of a normal life. Okay? Because a lot of us don't want to go to the Olympics, or at least don't want to put in the effort to go to the Olympics, okay? For a lot of us, fitness is a way of feeling good, okay? It's a way of managing our body weight, managing our health. And that is absolutely fine, right? But as a result, we're still told that we should train a lot, right? A lot of training is like balls to the wall all the time. But that doesn't really fit our life, right? It doesn't fit the context of our life, okay? And not only that, it changes, okay? So when you're younger, for instance, you probably train. Personally, I trained more, right? I trained more when I was younger. And I've seen that a lot of people do this, right? They just trained more when they were younger. They were probably single, right? Or they did have a partner, it was a girlfriend, okay? But it wasn't a committed relationship like a marriage, right? It may have been, but it just wasn't, right? So it may be one of those things where you're with a boy or a girl for a bit, and then you're not, right? So you probably just had more time to train. You can recover faster, generally when you're younger. And a lot of the time, I would say this is a generalization, but I think that as you're younger, you're probably more concerned with your physique, okay? Then as you get older, career, family, different priorities, you're more confident and self-assured with who you are, right? You're also, to put it simply, it's probably less fucks given, right? You just don't really care anymore. So that is a different context again, okay, to when you're younger. But should you still be training 5 days a week then? Do you have to? What about older still, right? Probably got more time and you've probably got more money, but you probably don't want to spend hours in the gym. It's probably not really your scene anymore. You're probably more interested in maintaining strength and health, but you're not looking to break records, whether that's a good thing or bad thing, whatever. But in each case, there is a different context, all right? From when you're younger to when you're going to be much older, simply your priorities are going to change, okay? And the truth is that a lot of people work 9 to 5 style job these days, or kind of close to that, a variation of that. And training 5-6 days a week, depending on your schedule, depending on where you are in life, right? depending on the context, is going to be difficult, right? It may be difficult for some people, right? If you've got to get kids to here, get kids there, you work pretty long hours, right? You and your partner work. These are all possibilities. This is not that. What I've just said there is not particularly difficult to imagine because it happens on a regular basis. Okay. So should you still be training 6 days a week? And just notice that I keep using the word should, all right? Because that's what this is about. Should, right? Using that term. And again, what are your priorities, right? Why spend hours in the gym if you don't really like the gym? Okay? Maybe you're more... A great example. I just went to the barber today. And the guy who was giving me my haircut, he does Ironman, right? He does Ironmans, he does triathlons, he does things like that. He doesn't spend time in the gym, okay? But he spends time training in a different way, okay? So, different priorities. How often should you train, okay? And the point I'm trying to make with this podcast is it's not you should do this, okay? And that is actually how, when I started out, that is the way I was, all right? Everyone should be training 4 or 5 days a week. That's what I do. So everyone else should be doing that, right? And I even believe that when we started, it was probably 5 days a week, the training. And then we actually cut it back to 4. Because I think that 4 is, 1, more realistic, and 2, probably just a better split for recovery, right? Like if we just get into the detail of training, it's actually 2 days on, a rest, 2 days on, and then a 2-day rest, right? It's just better for recovery, right? So it came down from 5 to 4, but it's not you should do 4, 5, 6 days a week, which can seem like the message that's put across from this industry. For me, it's more like, if you can do 4, great, right? If you're happy to do 4, or if you've got the time, if that's a priority, do 4. If you can't, that's cool too. Just do what you can. Some clients I've got can only do twice. That's not enough though, right? Well, it's not enough if you want to go and become Mr. Olympia, no. But if you want to be healthy, maintain strength, maintain reasonable body composition, yeah, that's cool. That's not a bad thing, right? Even with my 4 days a week training for clients, many clients have something pop up once a week or once every 2 weeks, right? They've got dinner with family. They've got dinner with work colleagues, right? They're back late for work. They've got to pick up the kids. They've got to take the kids here, there. These things, they happen and they're called life, right? It is the real world, right? And that's the point of this podcast. Training for the real world. What is it? I always recommend, right, at least twice a week. I say to people at least twice a week. I think like twice a week doing weight training, you're going to maintain your strength, right? You're going to maintain body composition reasonably well. Of course, we're assuming you're eating a pretty balanced diet, right? You're not eating excessive calories that are going to put on weight. You're not eating really low calories either, right? But some people can only do once a week. Some people only want to do once a week. That's cool. It's still better than nothing, right? Again, depending on your priorities, that should determine what, or at least how often you should train. How you should train and how often you should train, right? But if it's just about being healthy, right? If it's just about looking okay, right? Being strong, maintaining your strength, maybe improving a bit, but at least maintaining it twice a week, 3 times a week, it's better than nothing, right? And you have to think to yourself, how can you fit it in? Not so it feels like a chore, because 5 days a week might start to feel like a chore. But if you can comfortably get to the gym 3 times a week, right? And when you're there, you push hard, you're focused, right? You're really focused on what you're doing, you're in the moment, then what's wrong with that, right? That's absolutely fantastic. Right, so training for the real world, what is it? Right? How often should you train? Like I said, I think at least twice a week, 3 times, sweet. But it has to fit into your life. Otherwise, you're just going to get sick of it. You're not going to maintain it, and you're going to go from 3 days a week to 0. Right? There's no point someone like me being in the fitness industry saying you should do this without knowing the context of your life. Right? You determine that, and you just do what you can, but just do it awesome. Right? Simple as that. That's it. Episode 60, done and dusted. As I say, episode 60 in the can. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, go back and listen to the other episodes. Tell me what you think. Please give me a 5-star review so that more people can listen to the podcast, can take a little nugget of gold, hopefully, all right, and apply it to their life. So go on, give a review, 5 stars if you like as well. And if you don't like, tell me how I can improve. I'd love to hear from you. Either way, that's it. Until next time, be good, my peeps. In fact, do more than be good. Be awesome.